In this video, we're going to talk about how you can use the label resource as a way for you to organize your page. So here in the center under topic 1, I have a bunch of files that are all grouped together. I have a syllabus, I have 2 photos, and I also have a PowerPoint presentation. Now you can choose to leave the files there. That's not a problem, but if you would like to organize them and kind of show the students what is what, like what falls under PowerPoint, what falls under photos, there is a way you can do that using the label resource. So to start, we're going to go up to our edit mode here. We're going to toggle that button on, and then we're going to go down to where it says add an activity or resource. And then from here, you're going to choose the label option, and then you're going to just put your label text in here. So we have some files, so I'm just going to write files, and I'm actually going to expand my editor here so you can see there are other options that you can choose in order for you to either edit this, or maybe you want to add an image, or you want to add something. A label is basically a way for you to add information directly into your page, whether that's text like this, or videos, or maybe photos. In this case, we're using the text example. So because it is going to be somewhat of a heading for my students to organize them, I can choose to highlight this and bold it if I like, or I can even give it a small heading option here if I choose. So I'm going to leave this as simple as possible. I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to click Save and Return to Course. Now, when I go and look at my page, I can see that I have the label here at the bottom, and if I want to move that up, it's really easy. You'll see I have these 4 arrows. My cursor has turned into 4 arrows. I can just simply drag it up and put it where I want it to go, and then you're going to see underneath the files label, all of the files will go. So let's do another one. We'll add an activity or resource. We'll choose label. And then in the general section, I'm just going to write photos, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to highlight it, we'll bold it, and we'll also make it a small heading so that way it looks the exact same as the other one. Now, one thing I do like to point out here too as well, if you do have activity completion enabled, and you are going to choose to use the label resource, I would recommend just not indicating activity completion on this, because then students will have to actually click on it in order to have Moodle view it as it's something that's done for the course. So if you're using the labels, just don't indicate any activity completion on it, and that'll make your lives a whole lot easier. So we're going to click Save and Return to Course, and then you're going to see the Photos option show up here again, and we're going to move it up right underneath there. So now we can see the photos, and we'll just do one more, and we'll do PowerPoint presentations. So you can kind of see how this would help to organize your page a little bit more, and especially in the beginning of the semester when you really don't have that many things added, but as you go on, you'll see as you start adding more and more, having a little bit of organization is not the worst idea. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to not indicate activity completion and save and return to course. So I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to drag that up there. So now we have, if we turn off our editing mode, we have a little bit of organization here. We see all of our files are here, our photos are here, and our PowerPoint presentations are here as well. Now this is what I was talking to you about in regard to the activity completion as well. We didn't shut off activity completion on the files label, so now the students would have to mark that as done in order to make their course complete. But in this case, since we turned them off here under photos and PowerPoint, that's not an option here. We don't have to worry about that. So if you are going to use the label resource, do not indicate activity completion. So this is just one example of how you can use the label resource as a way to organize your page a little bit and help make it easier for your students to navigate.